Hey guys, it is Brandy from Dave and Brandy Excursions with another port talk. Today we are going to touch on the beautiful island of Bermuda. So stay tuned and we'll chat about it. Been lucky enough to have been to Bermuda twice, and we do have another trip planned for next year to go to Bermuda. But we just want to talk about what we've done in Bermuda and what we think of it and go from there. One of the highlights that it's when you first pull into port actually. You get the dock at King's Wharf, but you actually go into a little area called the Naval Dockyard. It's such an array of different stores, pub and eateries, little watering hole areas. Get your rum cakes, glassware, like you have different glass statues, and there's no lack of shopping in the Naval Dockyard. We've been fortunate to stay over in Bermuda the first time that we went on the Carnival Pride back in 2016. And we only touched part of it, so there's a lot more to explore the next time we go there. But yeah, as soon as you get in, you can almost spend a whole day at the Naval Dockyard. Another place that we've gone to, and we've gone to twice, is the Horseshoe Beach area. This is where they have the infamous pink sand. It's pink. If you hit the right light, there's a little bit of hue of pink. It's beautiful nonetheless, but you're not going to see blazing pink like neon pink sand. But it is a beautiful area. It does get quite crowded if there's a couple ships in the area. But there's a nice little restaurant area where you could get a little bite to eat. You could have a rum swizzle drink, which is one of their national drinks. And there's actually little walking paths. Mainly in the picture you see this big crescent-shaped beach. But you can walk a little bit past that where it's not as crowded and just relax there. Just a little pro tip. And here's a little pro tip. If you are planning to just go to Horseshoe Bay, that's all you want to do in Bermuda, don't do the transportation system. Don't use the cruise line to get there because it's going to be a lot of money to get there. But rather than doing all that, do the shuttles that are right in the port right there. You're going to see a whole bunch of white buses, or actually they're vans, that are going to Horseshoe Bay, and it's only $7 a person. But it's one way. But $7 per person to go to and $7 to get back. But it's going to be a heck of a lot cheaper than using the transportation system or going through the cruise line to get there. So there's just a little pro tip for you guys. Another thing that we did this on our overnight stay, is go to the Gibbs Lighthouse. Shock. Lighthouse not goes to the lighthouse. That was very cool to see. Actually, when we stayed in 2016, we bought a bus pass, which gave us bus access for the 2 days that we were there, but can't quite remember how much it cost, and I'm sure prices are different now 3 years later. But there's like a hop-on, hop-off bus with different routes where it goes to different locations on the island, and we decided to do that, go from Horseshoe Bay, go to Gibbs Lighthouse. And once you're stopped at Gibbs Lighthouse, you still gotta climb up like a hill. It's a tall hill, and it was hot as heck that day when we went, but we still made it. It's a tall lighthouse. Can't remember the specs offhand, but I will put it on the side here. And it's just a beautiful view from the top. And yes, we did climb it. but it's just so neat to see the whole area, see like different little boating areas and the little villages. It's just so pretty that day that we went. And along that same route with the bus pass, we actually went to the main city of Hamilton. Gorgeous area, very colorful with the pinks, the whites, greens of the buildings, very pastel-like colors. A lot of high-end shops in Hamilton. We only went to a few of them because we had some time to kill before the ferry back to King's Wharf. But we just walked the town a little bit, took some pictures, and probably someday when we do another overnight stay, we'll probably hit that area again. And another cool thing that we did on our overnight stay is Hartley's helmet dive. You'll probably have seen something similar. They're called Sea Tracks, but that's a franchise-owned helmet diving. But Hartley's helmet diving is the original helmet diving. This is actually where it all started. And you get these, it looks like the old-fashioned, probably still the original helmets that you put on your head and go underneath the water. The person that runs it, his name is Great Hartley, hence Hartley's Helmet Dive. His father actually founded the company. Very thorough, very informative. As soon as you get down into the water, he has this little thing where he points out different like items, like different coral, different fish, any wildlife underneath there. He has a little stick which he'll point out like different things. He'll say like brain coral, and he'll point to the coral, but very informative. And he was actually so nice because we had a GoPro with us. He actually stuck our GoPro in the sand with a mount and just videotaped us with the fish and all that. So that was very cool of him to do. He didn't have to do that, but he did it anyway. But we greatly appreciated that. And actually, I'll link our Hartley's Helmet Dive video in the corner also. But definitely a once in a lifetime experience. You know, if we go to Bermuda again, we probably do it again, to be honest with you, because it really was cool. And another thing that we did on our overnight stay is a sunset rum cruise. Now, we just thought it was cool because we like rum, and why not go on a cruise? But we actually learned a lot that day. Gosling's rum is actually the rum from Bermuda. They process it, they export some of it, like the Black Seal rum. But there are some rums that are only available for purchase in Bermuda. But a lot of it showcases their white rum, their black rum, spiced rums, all the different kinds, their different liqueurs, which the liqueurs you can only purchase on the island. But you got to taste it either straight up or mixed with different things that you would never think of. This is actually where we learned to like the dark and stormy, which is ginger beer and the Black Seal rum with just a little twist of lime. It is so good. Oh my god. But also, little fun fact with their liqueur, it actually tastes good over vanilla ice cream. Mind blown. So we have purchased that, and we actually, last year when we went, they had a coconut one, so we purchased that also. One of the things that we've been to on the overnight and our Carnival Horizon stay was Galico Jack's. Very easy to find. It's right off in the dockyard, and it looks like an old pirate ship because it is a pirate ship. It's actually it's a floatable, because they go from here, well, from the Naval Dockyard to Hamilton with it. It's a floating bar. It is one of the coolest places that we've been to. We've hung out there for the overnight. They have a pirate show, actually, which is like correct myself, is a fire pirate show where they just do a free show for the people there. I think they do it on certain days. And they just put on a show about 15 minutes worth. It's just cool to sit there with your cocktail, watch the performances. But there's also what you could do at Galico Jack's. And I've done it, believe it or not. is you get to jump off a plank. It's a pirate ship. Why wouldn't it have a plank? But yeah, I was brave enough. I'm not a heights person by any means, and yet I climb lighthouses. Go figure. But I took a GoPro. I had it on my wrist, and this was on the overnight stay, and I jumped the plank. Have I done it again since then? No. I probably have to have a few more dark and stormies in me in order for me to do it again, but who knows? Maybe I'll have a brave bone in my body to do it again, but I'm glad I did it though. It was pretty much, it was fun. And I'm going to touch on a few things that we haven't gotten to do that we wanted to do that's in Bermuda. And one of them is actually, there is an aquarium and zoo combined in one. It's more towards the centralized location of Bermuda, and I just did a little research on it, and it's not that bad to get in. It's about $10 to get in, and you get the aquarium and the zoo all in one, so that's cool if you want to check out some wildlife, animal life, that type deal, aquatic life. Maybe we'll do that the next time we're in the area too. But also, one thing, actually this is what we wanted to do on the overnight stay, but we didn't get the time to do it, is they have caves in Bermuda. Actually there's two. I thought there was only one, but there's two different caves. One is Crystal Caves, that's the one I was thinking that was the only one. But there's another one called Fantasy Cave. There are two separate entrance fees for each one, and they're about $24 each, but they look beautiful. We've been to different caves before, like Luray Caverns in Virginia, and there's one even in Pennsylvania, which is actually called Crystal Caves too. But it's just so neat to see the rock formations, the stalactites and stalagmites. Yeah, I know that stuff. But it looks so pretty. And the other last thing that we wanted to do, and we didn't get the time, is there's a second lighthouse on the island, which is the total opposite end, and it's St. David's Lighthouse. You could kind of see it when you're pulling in and from Bermuda, but it's just between the time to get there, either by ferry or by bus, it just takes a long time. Horseshoe Beach is about maybe a quarter way into the island, and it takes about half an hour in the bus to get there. So just even thinking about that, it's like it takes a good chunk of your day just to go to one location. So wishful thinking, next overnight stay to Bermuda, that's definitely on the list. But we totally really love Bermuda. We just love how it's so clean, it's friendly, there's no pushy people selling you things on the island. That's why we love going there. If we have the opportunity and it's in the budget and just timing is right, we try to go there. But like I said, we're going to be going there next year, which was kind of a fluke because we have planned to go on the Radiance next year, the first U.S. sailing out of New York, and originally was to St. John's Bay, Canada, but they switched it to Bermuda. So we're going there again. So we'll see what we're going to do the next time we're there. But if you have any questions on any places that we've been to, or any of your tips if you've been to Bermuda, put it all down below. Share it with the community. But we want to thank you guys for hanging out with us for another Cruiseday Tuesday. If you like this type of content, give it a big old thumbs up. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with anybody who's interested in going to Bermuda. And until the next Cruiseday Tuesday, we will see you next week. Bye, guys.